Hey guys, how we all doing? It's John here from johnmillerlifting, and this is the morning or the afternoon after my first ever powerlifting meet with the Scottish Powerlifting Club. So I just wanted to take you through my lifts and my day, let you know how I got on. So first of all, we'll start off with the squat. The aim of this squat, 3 lifts basically, my 3 attempts at squat, the aim was just to get something on the board. I wasn't actually expecting to do really much anything after kind of the poor training that I'd been doing up to the meet. So I started off with 115 kilo and I was just going to see how it felt and then go from there. So what I'll do now is I'll just play the raw footage that was taken on the day, and you can see how I got on. So with my squats, I was really quite pleased with the outcome. I actually managed to get, in the end, as you've seen, 140 kilo. And there was actually a bit of a mix-up with my squat. When we were standing behind the platform, it was really hard to hear who was being called up to the platform and who wasn't, and because of the way the speakers were lined up. So I got a wee bit of a mix-up. I think I was told I went one too early. I'd actually asked to do 145, and it was my own fault. I should have probably checked the bar myself to see what the weight was, but I wasn't really paying that much attention because I was a wee bit nervous, and I went up and just did 140, which was supposedly the guy before me lift. But I took it anyway, and they did offer me to go and do it again, but I thought I don't want to hold things up, so I take the 145, and as you've seen, there was a wee bit of a sticking point. The bar kind of moved up my back and my hips shot up, and that caused me to push the bar up onto my neck rather than keeping it down on my shoulder blades, so it caused a wee bit of a sticking point, but I got it anyway. So if I'd maybe did 145, I don't know, I maybe just probably wouldn't have got it, but I was pleased I got 140 because it's only 5 kilo off my PB, and if you'd probably asked me if I'd got 140 kilo last week, I'd have told you no chance. Moving on now to my bench press. So with my bench press, I started off with 90 kilo. Wasn't really sure what I was going to be able to do. I wasn't sure how my shoulder was going to hold up, but what I'll do then is I'll just put in the footage from my bench press and you'll see how I got on.
Come on, John! Go, John! Go! Oh, damn it.
So as you see there, guys, I did actually fail my last attempt of 102.5. It would have been a PB for me. It came off my chest really quite well, but then just when I had to push through and lock it out my triceps, it just wasn't there. So it's pointed out a wee bit of weakness that I need to work on, do some more floor pressing, some more band work with adding some resistance bands on when I'm just doing my normal reps. I could have went maybe for 100 kilo and just got a solid 100 kilo rep and had like three obviously good lifts in the bench, but I thought I'll just go for a wee bit extra, try and get a PB, because I did feel good after the 97.5. I felt it went up quite well, even though the spotters kind of lifted it off the rack a wee bit awkwardly. But I was quite pleased with it. I did actually. I was glad I failed basically, because at least I tried. So then that moved me on to the deadlift. Deadlift obviously is probably my strongest event. So I started off at 170 kilo. I wasn't really sure how much I was going to be able to build up to, but I thought I was going to go for it. So I'll just put in the footage and see how we got on.
Powerlifting to John Miller. The left, 180. The left, 190, but his leg is 190.
So that was my deadlift footage, guys. I was really pleased that I managed to get a new PR, which was 200 kilo. The heaviest I had held in my hands was 180 kilo prior to getting the meet. I had did 180 for a double, but I'd never ever lifted anything heavier than that. So technically you could call it a 20 kilo PR, because I'd never actually physically lifted a heavier weight in my own hands. I have did 190 before at a strongman competition, which is in one of my other videos, but that was with wraps. And to be honest, it's quite a big difference. I'll maybe do another wee video just showing the difference between my 190 with wraps, and that was about last year in March, and then that 200 kilo lift here. It's quite a significant difference. So overall, with the meet in the whole, it was quite fast paced. I felt obviously it was my first one, so I'm not really sure who the others were. I managed to meet Mark McQueen there. I managed to meet Jamie Dyer there. So it was good to meet those boys, have a chat with them, see how they got on. Jamie did really well. He came second in his class. I think the only guy that beat him was like the Scottish current #1 lifter at his weight class, which is the 83 kilo weight class, I'm sure. So Jamie did really well. I'll put a link to his channel below, so that you can jump over to his site, jump over to his channel and see his videos. And if you could just give him a subscribe, that would be great. I didn't get a chance to stick around and see Mark lift, which was a bit of a pain. I had to get back up the road because there was a birthday dinner that one of my pals that came with me to go to. So it was a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen Mark lifting, but I'm sure he'll have a video up and I'll get to see that. Also, what I'd like to say is I'd like to thank Scottish Powerlifting. They did a great job. Obviously it was hard to know who was on the lift, but just because of the way the speakers were set up, but it's just a wee minor things. These things are here or there. A few other guys I want to thank as well. Blood 3 Type R. He's helped me a lot in my 531 program. Anytime I've had a question up to this point, he's always been there to help me out. So thanks for that. Also Derek as well. A lot of you guys might not follow Derek. He doesn't have a very big subscriber base on his channel, but I will put a link to his description in the link below, so that you can head over to him. He's a really strong guy. I think he holds about 2 or 3 records, and he's the current champion in it again. Well, he just won a meet about 3 weeks ago, I think, or maybe even 2 weeks ago. He just won a meet, and I think he set a new total or a new squat record, but don't quote me on that. But he's got a video up anyway of his 3 lifts, so he's a really strong guy. So I'd like to thank him as well for the support, and everybody else that's been there. I mean, Mark was helpful on the day. My girlfriend was there with me, so was my pal Vicky, and then Scott came with me as well. Scott, you've seen some of my other videos. They made everything great. They helped me out every step of the way. Scott was putting my lifts in for me. He was there to help me out behind the platform and every lift. So thanks to all those guys as well. And on to the next one in October. So sorry this has been a wee bit of a longer video, but thanks for sticking to the end if you have. And I hope you'll enjoy a good day, and I'll catch you later on. Cheers guys.